Good evening. This is Sonia from Sterling Results Fitness Club. Just checked my internet then. It seemed to just go a little bit haywire, so hopefully tonight will be a brilliant night. Tonight we have Staying Healthy Conversations every Sunday night on Facebook Live. These videos are a conversation, somewhere that you and I can talk to each other, although you have to type and I have to have a little read of what you have to say and respond to that. But the conversations have been great over the last 6 weeks. We've covered lots of different topics on hiking, fitness, and weight loss, and areas of health and ways to keep happy and healthy over this period. So tonight's no different. It's another fabulous evening where we bring to you an interesting conversation. I'll tell you about it in just a moment, what tonight's topic is, but it was given to me by one of our hikers, so I want to thank her for the topic suggestion. Staying Healthy Conversations have covered lots of different areas. As I mentioned, our first one was on weight loss. We did the 7 benefits of hiking. We covered the gym routine and what sort of routines you might like to do. We've covered adventure travel and some of the hikes and treks I lead and other adventure travels that you might do. Committed to your goals and staying consistent to your actions. Exercise recovery and leading up to the Christmas period. So Sonia Ray from Sterling Results Fitness Club. Sterling Results Fitness Club's focus on those who are fit, fabulous and over 50. But you don't just have to be over 50. As long as you're fit, or you want to be, you're fabulous, or you want to be, or one day you will be over 50, because we want to make sure that we're living a healthy and happy life as we progress through. And as though our brain is acting like 35-year-olds, we want our body to act like 35-year-olds as well. So my job is to maintain that and to keep you fit and healthy along the journey. So last week we spoke... Sorry, let me just get my beginning of the notes. Last week, we spoke about Christmas parties, and talking about that, we held our Sterling Results Fitness Club Christmas party here on Friday night, where I brought together my gym goers, my fit at any age people, and my hikers. It was a wonderful opportunity to bring like-minded people together who don't always meet each other. So the gym people don't always see the hikers, and the fit at any age guys don't often meet either of the other two either. It was fun watching the gym guys trying to convince, or the hikers trying to convince the gym people to come out onto hikes, and the gym people going, no, you need to come and do some cardio and some strength moves. So everyone uses fitness in their own way, and what works for you is the most important thing. It was also great. Some of our fit at any age people were there, including David. David's probably my oldest and fittest client. 85. He can do some amazing chest work and bench work. His core is super tight. So that's the person that we want to look and live like, is someone like our David. So it was great to see everybody at the Christmas party this week. So as I said, last week we talked about how we could survive the Christmas period. And especially with so many Christmas functions and so many events leading up, and so many times that people give you chocolates and extra alcohol and canapes. So what were some of the tips and tricks that you could do to survive the period? And if you're seeing this Facebook, great idea to jot down some of your ideas about how you are surviving the Christmas period. I'd love to get your feedback and your thoughts on that. Really key to keep focused on watching what you're doing over this Christmas period, maintaining your exercise, and having a few little tricks up your sleeve, like having a little bit of extra water before going out to a function. In fact, I was talking to someone yesterday who said there's never enough water at the Christmas functions, and I know with our Christmas function, I got a lot of water pitchers on the table and some glasses out there, just so that people found it easier to have a water in between their wines, because functions just love pouring out the wine, which we all love enjoying, but we need to top up with some water, and especially before you go, because more than likely, even before you get there, you're a little dehydrated. Likewise with food, great to have something before you go that's healthy and filling, so that you're watching what you're eating at the function. Another person this week said they showed a post on our Facebook page to say they'd been out at the golf but there were lots of healthy options. So rather than choosing a burger or something that's got a little bit of extra carbs and extra fats in it, they chose a lovely healthy protein salad. So it was great to see that people are still making healthy choices in this Christmas period. So tonight's conversation, if you saw the header up here on Facebook, it's about New Year's resolutions. So thanks to one of my hikers who said maybe we can have a little conversation about New Year's resolutions. And the question is to make one or not to make one, and that is the question, as Shakespeare might have put it. Yes, it's that time of year again, 22 days to New Year's. So do you make New Year's resolutions? Have you done it before? Again, perhaps jot down some ideas for me if you make New Year's resolutions, because I'd love to get your feedback about how they've worked for you. You know, so many people make them. I want to lose the Christmas weight I put on, perhaps the 5 kilos extra I put on over that whole December period. I'm going to stop alcohol for a month. I'm going to exercise more and I'm going to run 5 kilometres a day. These are the sort of New Year's resolutions that we hear time in and time again. But you know, I'm going to do X, I'm going to do Y, you know, you name it. You've written it yourself or you've heard your mate say it. Often they're big, audacious goals, but have we really thought about a plan for them? Can we achieve them? You know, I think we all start New Year's resolutions with great intentions. The first week we're committed, we're dedicated. We haven't drunk alcohol, we're going for runs 3 or 4 times a week. We've signed up to the gym, everything's fantastic. But then things get in the way. Friends invite you for another party, something happens with the weather, you don't go out for a run, oh, it's all too hard, I had a great week, but it really doesn't matter if I fall off the wagon. And those big audacious goals that you just set and you go for it seem to fall apart. So you don't really follow through with your New Year's resolutions. And we see that all the time. And you hear about it so much in the gym world, because you know, and you've seen it, that there are so many people who put up New Year January promos, and they do it because all these young people set these lovely New Year's resolutions, and they go in and they buy, you know, their 12 months of membership at the gym, but they only go for 3 weeks. Well, there's got to be a better way of doing this, and maybe it's not to set a New Year's resolution. Maybe it's to have a look at a lifestyle change. So rather than going for that big audacious one-off, I'm going to do a New Year's resolution, it's perhaps better to create some lifestyle change and starting now. Hi Sandy, how are you, my dear? Lovely to see you online tonight. So that's what I really want to have a look at, is it better to start looking at lifestyle changes or do these big hairy New Year's resolutions? And again, love your feedback. If you've done some New Year's resolutions, has it worked for you? How did they go? What are your thoughts on that whole concept? You know, as I said earlier, the big challenge. Hi Liz, we're talking about New Year's resolution, to make one or not to make one. That is the question. So I'd love to get your feedback if you've made New Year's resolutions. But one of the challenges with a New Year's resolution, I said a few minutes ago, is that we go full on. But we haven't probably sat down and planned it and really made some preparation for it. So I talked earlier, 22-year-olds, I love using that term, 22-year-olds can make a big audacious goal and just go for it. But often most of my clients are not 22 anymore, and we need to think about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. So the best way to achieve a challenge or a New Year's resolution, which I don't believe in, a challenge is to set some planning up and some preparation so that you make these lifelong changes and they're not a 3-week change. And making a goal. What is going to be the goal that you're going to choose? So a New Year's resolution is a as I call a big hairy goal, but what is a realistic goal? You know, is a realistic goal running 5Ks every day, which is the New Year's resolution that you make? Is the realistic goal losing 5 kilos in 5 weeks? What is the actual goal that you want to achieve? And I'm going back to this word, a healthy lifestyle. So, hi Vanessa, how are you? Lovely to see you tonight. So our topic tonight is whether we should make New Year's resolutions or not. My idea is that we don't make a resolution, that we actually make a lifestyle change. But I'd love to hear from the team tonight and anyone who watches this post the live video. What are your thoughts about New Year's resolution? Because if we're trying to lose those 5 kilograms of weight, it can't actually be done properly overnight. Now, I know there's a lot of ways that people pull off 5 kilos really quickly, but guess what? It generally goes back on. So that cycle starts again. So wouldn't it be good to lose the 5 kilos and keep it off? Secondly, what about you were trying to get fitter, and so you go for broke. You go out for your 5K runs every day. You go to the gym. You work really hard. You pump iron like it's going out of fashion. What happens? You burn out. You pull a muscle. You strain your back. Something happens that then deflates that whole purpose. Again, let's get back into the exercise in a gentle, sensible way so that we're not going crazy and then injure ourselves. So gradual changes and gradual improvement is how we make lifelong changes. That's my belief. I think that if we can do things in a moderate and a consistent way, then you will make lifelong changes, not instantaneous changes. One of the other things that we do is we talk about challenges. And again, you'll see me. I've got a challenge running right now. I'm going to talk about that shortly. And I'm going to offer the challenge again in January. But I've seen some crazy challenges. They're like New Year's resolutions. I've just written a couple down here. I saw some gyms offer, 30 days, 5 kilo blitz. One offered 15 kilograms in 6 weeks. So lose 15 kilograms in 6 weeks. Someone said 30 centimeters off your waist. I mean, these are the outrageous claims that people are making. And yeah, you could go on a crazy diet and a crazy process and lose 15 kilos probably in 6 weeks. But it's probably going to be with supplements. It's probably going to be in a way that is not eating a normal lifestyle. So when you come off that and you go back to normal, have you learnt anything? Or have you just been on this crazy diet? So, again, are they making those sort of things, doing a change that are really incongruent to your lifestyle? We want something that fits in with your lifestyle. I was chatting to another member the other day, and I don't know if I get the whole story right, but they were saying that they had met a person who came out to lunch with them, and they were at a restaurant for lunch. But this person bought 6 little bags of food, and there were portions of certain parts of his food that he had to have, and that was his lunch. So he was on some sort of diet or some sort of craze, and instead of enjoying the lunch with colleagues out at a restaurant and choosing a nice healthy piece of food from the restaurant, he was eating this food out of these little plastic bags that he put on his plate. Is that really a normal lifestyle? Is there a better way to do it? So once again, picking a challenge that's right for you and picking a way to make the right change, I think is really key. So again, have you tried a challenge? What's been your feedback on challenges? What's been your feedback on New Year's resolutions? This is a conversation. I'd love you to type something in if you've got some feedback for the team about what you've experienced and perhaps what you learned through attending a challenge or creating a New Year's resolution. But on that, I mentioned earlier, we are right in the middle, or towards the end actually, of an 8-week challenge. So yes, I do a challenge as well, but it's actually more of a lifestyle change. I haven't done anything dramatic in our challenge. We're coming very much towards the end of it, and it's been offered to the members in the gym and a few virtual clients, and next year I'm offering it out to a wider audience, so keep a note of that. But the challenge has been going superbly well. I'm so impressed with all the members who've participated in the challenge, and we've seen some significant changes from the active members. Simply from eating healthily, making proper food. All we've been asking them to do is eat healthily, make proper food choices, and exercise in the right way. But I've seen some serious change in people's body composition and in their kilograms in just a short period of time. So we aren't going for the 5 to 10 kilos, but even if you lose 2 kilos, 2 or 3 kilos, you can find that takes off a significant amount of body shape and really slims your tummy down, starts to firm your arms up, does a whole amount of amazing things. So some people, we've seen significant change in a short period, and that's been great for them because they may have been carrying a little bit more than they needed. And so that's been a real lifestyle change for them. And again, no dieting, no crazy supplements. It's just looking at your food from a different perspective and exercising in a correct way. Yep, that's what I wrote there. Now, I thought I'd share with you, where's my little piece of paper? Here it is. Some of the feedback from, I gotta get my glasses. Some of the feedback from the people who have been on the challenge. So this is after 5 weeks. Feeling good and clothes are less tight. What you have taught us and what I hope to continue is being observant in what we eat and drink. So much more conscious of what I eat, when and why. Feeling inspired and generally encouraged with more positive eating and exercising habits are happening. Energy levels are better than they've ever been in a long time. I found small, consistent modifications are key. Feeling great and much fitter. Also feeling slimmer as my clothes fit properly again. Feeling alive. Watch out 2020, you better be ready. I love that one. I believe the very best thing is teaching us about what we eat. Certainly energy levels have increased. More focus on portion control, less snacking, and I've cut down on my alcohol. I know it's not about weight loss, this last one says, but my goal was to lose 5 kilos before the party. And as of this morning, I've lost 5.5 kilos on the challenge. Very happy with myself. I'm also making better food choices overall. Thanks for making me do this challenge. So this has been a wonderful bit of feedback, and I can't wait to give you the final results at the end of it. But before I continue, let's have a little read here of the messages. Vanessa says, I agree with you. It's all about balance and routine. Quick changes are not going to keep it off. No, it's thank you, Vanessa, for validating that and for giving us your feedback. And yeah, so many times we see people go on the quick challenges, the detox. I'm even going to use the brand Isogenics because they do a lot of stuff about 30 days, you know, get all clean. But that's fine. But if you can make a proper change to your lifestyle and what you put in your fridge and your cupboard and how you cook, you will be amazed at the difference this will make on a lifetime rather than a difference it makes for the 4 weeks. So that's what our challenges are about. So as I said, our challenge is based on fitness and food awareness. It's also done as a team challenge because I believe that if you're working with a team, you're going to be more motivated. And we find that at the gym and on the virtual team, we've all got a private Facebook group and we're all encouraging each other. And I tell you, the virtual team have been fantastic. They're participating, they're engaged, they share us all their photos of their food, they're sharing what they're eating, they're sharing their exercising, and we don't actually see them in the gym, but we know that I know them personally, but not everyone else does, and we're not seeing them in the gym, but they are participating, they're part of the team, they're feeling encouraged, and this ability to have a team support you will keep you motivated throughout the challenge. And so that's been a real blessing, is that we've had about 30 people sign up to the challenge. I've probably got about 20 committed because there's always going to be some that can't follow through, and that's fine. It's probably about 25 committed actually, which is a great result. And as I said, I can't wait to see the final results. But we've been focusing on macronutrients, portion size, gut health, what role your nervous system plays. We've looked at creating habits, forming habits to make a change. Different forms of exercise, so constantly exercising and how many times we exercise, motivation, breathing techniques. So it's not just food and exercise, but it's about looking at how your body reacts to the change it's going to go through. Are there techniques to trick our body to make the changes we do and the lifestyle changes? So the challenge finishes at the end of before Christmas, so between the 15th and the 22nd, we'll be taking everyone's final measurements. Currently, on average, I've done measurement taking of 13 of the participants, and on average, of those 13, everyone on average has lost 18 centimetres from their body measurements. 18 centimetres across their body. So it might be an inch or two off the quads. It might be an inch, centimetres, not inches. Might be a centimetre off their arms. Quite a lot off the tummy. And the tummy has been fantastic for losing weight because of the people who are cutting out the sugars. Hi Amanda, how are you? Lovely to see you. And and Amanda would appreciate this if you don't mind me saying it, but we're both doing a little bit of a test on the whole vegan thing. And it's fantastic to do that because, again, what you're doing is you're cutting out your sugar. Well, I am cutting out my sugars, you're reducing your carbs, you're lowering your dairy. I've been a vegetarian all my life anyhow, so basically the meat's out anyhow. But this whole concept of trying a different plant-based diet, and I'm really encouraging our members to get colour in their diet, to look at the rainbow. And one of the key things that we do is to look at all the colours. Do I have red, green, purple, white, yellow, orange in my diet? So when I'm looking at my salads, when I'm looking at my veggies, am I covering the colours of the rainbow? Because if you can cover the colours of the rainbow, your little tummy is going to be so happy. Your microbacteria is going to go, you beauty, and there's going to be a happy dance happening inside your tummy, and that makes you so much healthier. Vanessa, thanks. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Vanessa. Thank you for saying that. It has been great. You know, I was just saying to those just joining is that we're doing this challenge. We're halfway through it, but the results so far is showing that out of all the people who've taken this as an active campaign, our average body shape loss, our average body girth has changed by 18 centimetres on average across the team. Some have done an amazing job. Some are still going there. Most people have lost 1 or 2 kilos. Some have lost 5 or 6. All we're doing, we're not dieting. We're just eating healthily and watching our portion size and exercising. And it can make an amazing difference if you're carrying that little extra or you've been having too much sugar. Just somehow looking at how much sugar you're having, your macronutrients. We spend a lot of time looking at macronutrients. So the new challenge starts in January. We're going to start that on January 13th because I figured you will have a December fabulous time. You will have a New Year's fabulous time. Most people are going to be off with their family doing crazy things in the December and January, first week of December and January. But no matter where you are, whether you're in Byron Bay or in New York or off in Aspen or down at Tasmania, if you want to join the challenge, you can still join it while you're holidaying with your friends. You can sign up, be part of the challenge. I'm putting up a landing page tomorrow. I'll put some details here in the site. And let you know about it so that you can join the challenge, because if you can get the success that this current team has had, I'm sure you will benefit greatly. So that's been exciting to look at the 8-week challenge instead of a New Year's resolution. Look at an 8-week challenge, and after 8 weeks we should have created a great habit that after that you can just maintain what you've learnt, maintain what you've put into practice, and live a healthy and happy lifestyle. So that's our goal. And for those who perhaps don't make the full challenge and need to be motivated and kept going, you just keep joining. We love you to join. But for new people, we would love you to take part of it. So again, while I'm just giving you the tip of the week, if you've got some feedback for others about challenges you've been on, New Year's resolutions you've done, feedback about how you felt about it, what made it work, what made it didn't work. Maybe you went on a challenge and it didn't work, it was disastrous. What is the feedback? And once again, for my team, I'll be getting feedback from the group to see what we can do better for the next round, to see how we can help you more, to make sure that we're continuously improving the challenge to give you the benefit and the success that you would like. So each week, I'm going to give you a tip of the week. Last week, I talked about hiking shoes. So this week, our tip of the week is about hiking over the Christmas period. Hey, look, it's just a little one because I want to give you the top 10 tips for hiking in summer. You're going to go away with the family. You might go to Noosa and do a climb up some of the areas. I know some people are going to Queensland and there's some beautiful hikes around Queensland. Maybe you go to Tasmania and just take a 2-day, or go to a lovely spot and take a 2-hour hike. Maybe it's a walk, not a hike. So let's not get carried away about my words. Maybe it's just a walk with the family. But 10 top tips when you're going in the bush this summer. So just let me go through these with you because I think they're really key. And even if you're not hiking, if you know someone who is, let's share this with them. So number 1, take extra water. I see so many people go out on my big hikes, let alone little hikes, with a tiny little bottle of water. You know, probably the size of this, 300 mils. Don't take 300 mils of water with you. It is hot, it is humid. When it is hot and humid, you dehydrate so much more. So make sure you take a good 500 mils to a litre of water. Just pop it in a backpack or one of these drawstring bags. You can throw a drawstring bag, you know, over your shoulder. Pop your backpack in, pop your water in there, and maybe a snack, or taking a snack is point 2, then that's a great thing to do. So extra water and a muesli bar or some nuts, some snacks, because your 60-minute walk, what if you got lost? I know you're not going to, but what if you did? You're out there for 4 hours. So always have snack, always have a water, even if you're only going on a quiet little 60-minute walk. Research your hike first. So if you're going in an area you haven't walked before, Google becomes your great friend. Make sure you've researched because someone has done the hike before and they've written you a note. So make a plan about where you're going to go. If you're going down a path, and I remember someone doing this at Manly Dam, simple little hike like Manly Dam, but they went on this circular hike, but the path was blocked. The path was not only blocked, but sort of, it could have been blocked with water, it could have been blocked with trees, but all of a sudden they said, do I go left down this crazy path and maybe it'll get me back to the real path, or what do I do? My recommendation is if you're on a path and you're heading forward and you get a blockage, head back. Do not go and find a new path, because most new paths don't lead back to the one you were on. Experience is that if you're going on a bush hike and you're going on a path you don't know and it gets blocked, you do know the way you came. So head back to the car and maybe go down to the beach and do something else. So never go on a path you haven't researched, because you just don't know what is ahead of you. And trust me, after doing so many hikes in Sydney and around the globe, and I did a fantastic one in Hong Kong last year, where I did my research, I knew what was ahead of me, but I was still surprised and still challenged by the actual hike itself. So luckily I'm a skilled trekker and hiker, and I've got my wilderness first aid, so I know what to do for myself in an emergency, but not everybody does. I'm a great navigator, so that's easy for me, but most of my hikers aren't good at navigation. So please, if you get stuck, go back the way you came. Number 5, wear sturdy shoes. If you've got hiking shoes, wear hiking shoes, but do not wear summer sandals. Make sure you're wearing good shoes and great socks with that as well, because it's so important to have a good balance on your feet. Always carry, you'll love this one, you're going to love it, always carry 2 banging sticks. So pick up 2 pieces of stick, and I call them banging sticks. Sorry, I'm just looking around if I've got something I can use. Why would I pick up 2 sticks and bang them together? Well, if you're walking on your own, the snake is going to know you're coming. So let the snake know you're coming. Tap, 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 tap. If you're walking with a friend, talk loud and talk often, because snakes are more scared of you than they are of us, and snakes are out there in summer. So tip number 5, keep your eye on the trail. Tip number 7, keep your eyes on the trail. Lady told me on a Christmas party the other day, she was down in Tasmania last week, she was walking, literally 40 centimetres in front of her, a tiger snake walked past, and she just saw it before putting her foot on it. So keep your eye on the trail. Have your hiking or your walking sticks, as I call them, banging sticks. So if you're walking on your own, always bang the trail, or sing, or talk to yourself, or play music loudly. And if with a friend, start talking. Be careful, because our animals are out there and we need to be aware of them. Number 8. Pack some basic first aid, even if it's just a Band-Aid and a bandage. Always put a bandage in. If you have a slight fall or you trip your ankle, you can always brace your ankle up if you have an issue. So it doesn't take any space in your backpack just to throw a tiny bandage in and a couple of Band-Aids just in case. Ensure your mobile is fully charged. How many of us go out halfway and realise that we're on 10%? So make sure before you go on any hike you're fully charged, especially if you're taking photos and videos. And if you're doing that, take a backup battery and a cable. So having your phone fully charged, even if you don't get reception, you can get SOS. If you fall into trouble, there is an SOS emergency line and we can help you find that. But you want battery just in case you go, oh my goodness, where am I? Or you see that snake and you get scared, or you fall over and sprain your ankle, or you just want to take more photos. Make sure you got a full battery. Number 10, tell someone where you're going and how long you will be expected to go for. So if you're hiking out, let your husband, let your partner, let your daughter, let your son, let your best friend know, I'm going out on a hike. I'm just heading down here to what should we call it, and Garigal National Park. I'm heading out from Belrose, and I should be home by 12 o'clock. At least then that's some sort of indication of where you are. If you know, I know when I was going to do my Hong Kong, I told the boys when I was traveling with friends, I said, look, I'm heading up to Hong Kong Island. I will be back at lunchtime, and I'm heading on this path. And I just let them know where I was going. So not that it probably would have helped in Hong Kong, but let them know. And my special number 11, even though there's only 10 tips, special number 11, at this time, because of how horrendous Australia is, do check for fire warnings. Keep an eye out for fire warnings. Keep an eye out on the news and the paper and your phone. It is a very scary situation out there at the moment, and even worse in our national parks. And as you saw, the Blue Mountains are on fire. The Wollemi National Park is on fire. There's fires up in the north that are in the national park. This stuff is going up because there's so much dead wood. So absolutely tip number 11 is watch out for the fire warnings. So they are my top tips for having a safe summer of hiking when you're going out on your own. If you want to come out with me, I'll take care of all of that for you. But they're my summer tips. So tonight's conversation was about New Year's resolution, to make one or not to make one. I think we won't make one. I think we'll make a healthy lifestyle change instead. I hope you can think about that and what you're going to do this January. Are you going to make a lifestyle change or a New Year's resolution? If you've been having some ideas of some conversations we would like to have, please jot some down for me. I love getting feedback from the audience about what we'd like to cover, and I like to cover topics that you're interested in. I do hope you have a fabulous week. This is Sonia Ray from Sterling Results Fitness Club. Have a sterling day.